All right, so when you think of the great wine regions of the world, what comes to mind? You're probably picturing, rolling hills in Tuscany, maybe some sun-drenched valleys out in California. But what if I told you to think about the wind-swept, super rugged southern tip of South America? Yeah, let's dive into this, because today we're exploring Patagonia, and it is truly one of the most extreme and exciting new frontiers in the entire world of wine.
This quote, wow, it just captures the spirit of the place perfectly. We're not just talking about pretty scenery here. We're talking about a story of modern-day pioneers. I mean, can you imagine looking at this incredibly challenging, remote landscape and just seeing the potential to create something special? The result is wines that are as dramatic, as pure, and as untamed as the very land they come from.
So, how in the world does such a harsh environment produce world-class wine? That's the big question we're going to tackle. And the answer is pretty fascinating. That extremity, it isn't a weakness at all. It's the very source of the wine's incredible quality. And it all comes down to a concept you've probably heard of.
Terroir. It's basically a wine's sense of place. It's everything in the environment, the soil, the climate, the whole shebang that gives a wine its unique personality. And as you can probably guess, Patagonia's terroir is one of the most extreme on Earth, and it's built on three really powerful key ingredients. First up, the wind. And listen, we're not talking about some gentle breeze. The winds here are constant, they're relentless. For the growers, this is a huge challenge, of course, but it also acts like a natural defense system. The wind actually dries the grapevines, which prevents disease, and it forces the grapes to develop thicker skins just to protect themselves. And this is where it gets really cool. Why do those thicker skins matter so much? Well, they're packed with flavor, color, and tannins, the compounds that give red wine its structure and that slightly drying sensation in your mouth. So the direct result in your glass, you get wines with a deeper, more concentrated color and much more intense, complex flavors. The struggle literally makes the wine better.
Okay, secret ingredient number 2 is the colossal Andes mountain range. The Andes basically act like a giant wall, blocking all that wet, humid air from the Pacific Ocean. This creates a really dry continental climate with tons of sunshine, which are the perfect conditions for growing healthy, ripe grapes. It's a natural rain shadow effect, just on a massive scale.
And finally, we have the temperature. Patagonian vineyards have this huge swing between day and night. The hot, sunny days, they build up sugars and ripeness in the grapes. But then, the cold nights come in and hit the brakes. This preserves the grape's natural acidity and all those delicate aromas, allowing for this slow, perfectly balanced maturation. It's the secret to creating wines that are both rich and incredibly fresh at the same time. So, with an environment this extreme, you have to ask, what kind of grapes can actually survive here, let alone thrive? Well, it turns out a very special few. Let's meet the stars of the show. So, broadly speaking, Patagonian wines fall into two main styles. You've got the reds, which are all about elegance and smooth texture, and then you have the whites, which are just bursting with this vibrant freshness and a mineral character that honestly tastes like it comes straight from the rocky soils. But within these styles, one grape has truly found its perfect home.
Meet the undisputed star of Patagonia, Pinot Noir. This grape is notoriously difficult to grow, but it has found an absolutely ideal expression here. That cool climate lets it develop this incredible elegance. In the glass, you get this bright ruby color, aromas of fresh red fruits like cherry and raspberry, backed by these beautiful floral notes of violet. And when you taste it, the tannins are soft, the acidity is perfectly balanced, and the finish is complex and just keeps going. This is the grape that really put Patagonia on the global wine map.
Of course, Pinot Noir isn't doing it all alone. Other grapes produce some exceptional wines here too. Malbec, Argentina's famous grape, it shows a more elegant and spicy side in Patagonia. Think notes of black cherry and violet instead of just jammy fruit. And the Sauvignon Blanc, it's electric. It's got these intense grapefruit and fresh-cut grass notes, and that's all thanks to that cool, dry climate.
Okay, so we've covered the what and the why. Now let's get to the good part, the experience. What should you actually expect when you pour a glass of Patagonian wine?
First off, it's important to know there are kind of two sides to this story. The Andes divide Patagonia between Argentina and Chile, and their wines are definitely different. The Argentinian side is drier, so it produces more full-bodied, concentrated reds. Then you hop over to Chile, and the climate is colder, more influenced by the Pacific Ocean, and that leads to more elegant reds with softer tannins and some exceptionally fresh white wines.
So, if you manage to get your hands on a bottle, here's how you can really taste the story of Patagonia. First, just look at the color. That vibrancy comes straight from those thick-skinned grapes we were talking about. Then, give it a good smell. You'll get this blast of pure, intense fruit and a fresh mineral quality. And finally, take a sip. The key thing to look for is that signature balance, that elegance of the flavors combined with that refreshing, vibrant acidity from the cold nights.
So where is all this headed? Well, in our final section, we'll see why Patagonia isn't just some novelty act. It's a serious, growing player in the wine world, and you know what? It's doing things a little differently. A deep commitment to sustainability is really central to Patagonia's whole modern approach. I mean, winemakers here have to be deeply connected to their environment just to survive. They're using precision irrigation to manage precious water, they're planting cover crops to protect the soil from those crazy winds, and they're working hard to protect the fragile ecosystem. It's all about making sure this pristine environment can produce incredible wine for generations to come.
So, we'll end with this thought. You know, in a world where so many things are starting to taste the same, Patagonia is offering something different. It's a taste of a place that is just untamed, it's pure, and it's completely, unapologetically unique. It really makes you wonder, right? Maybe the most exciting things aren't found in the comfortable center of it all, but way out on that adventurous, extreme edge. It's definitely something to think about the next time you're picking out a bottle of wine.